Hello, I am Test Drive, and welcome to episode 42 of Forza Motorsport 2. That was a lot of 2. 42 Forza Motorsport 2. Yeah. We were using this Lexus something IS430 project. Basically, it's a IS300 with a 4.3 liter V8 out of something in it. I don't know what car it's exactly out of because it makes 340 horsepower, which no. What is it? Is it the 3? It's a 3UZ, isn't it? The 4.3, I'm pretty sure, is the E3UZ. Hello, soccer. I don't know what car made 340 horsepower that had the 3UZ, but whatever. We're gonna be adding some more horsepower, which is a great idea because this car definitely doesn't need help in the handling department. No, not at all. And it's a B-class American event. American. Obviously, my car is very American that we are doing. No, I don't want to do that. Make the tires a little bit wider. 235s and 275s. I think that's the volume. There we go. That should be good. And we don't really have anything interesting for body kits because it's a custom car probably. Although the Celine S281 has body kit options, I think. No, it doesn't. I looked at that already. The Mustang Cobra R has body kit options. So we're going to be going to the regional championships and doing the Stars and Stripes B-Class Championship. We want a race car Cadillac. Class must be B and the country must be United States, of course, as the title suggests. And there's the cars I am currently going to be racing against. Let's get started. We have New York, Sebring, Road Atlanta, and Laguna Seca. Nicely keeping in the theme of all of the tracks being American tracks. I like it. Good attention to detail there, game. Didn't get Suzuka or anything. But anyways, welcome to 2020, by the way. Although, there's a few videos coming out before this that were not recorded in 2020. Everything recorded before this video is not going to be from 2020. But yeah, this is our first stream in 2020. And honestly, oh, this is gonna be fun. I mean, this car has actually decent amount of power, so it should be okay. And it's light because it's an IS300. Alright, this is not going well already. Already losing. As per expectations. Also, where am I? Excuse me, do you mind, bastard? Somebody crashed already. Alright, Panos. But we can talk about some 2020 stuff and 2019 stuff. As long as I don't lose too much distance on this Panos. If anything... Oh, I'm on hard opponents, aren't I? Fuck me. And we're not in a stupidly overpowered car. Ooh, okay. This actually worked. Somewhat. So, 2019 sure was a year. Numbers-wise, I do not remember where I was at the beginning of the year, in the slightest. I don't remember how many subscribers or how many total views I had or anything like that. But we are currently at 650 subscribers. Somewhere around there, at least. Which I definitely appreciate. Thank you all so much. And for Twitch, I took most of last year off streaming, so it's not really important at all. We're going to be baselining it off of this year, or the beginning of this year, because... man, I want to stream more, so we're going to be doing that, which you can follow in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube at least. If you're watching on Twitch, I don't know what to tell you. You're just already here. But streaming sure is going to be a thing, as you know, if you've been watching my channel for more than 5 minutes. I stream pretty much all of my Let's Plays onto Twitch, and then basically record while I'm streaming, then upload them from there. To YouTube with minimal editing because I am lazy, and I honestly at this point care more about the streaming part of it than the editing part, I guess, or the video side, the YouTube video side. So I still want to produce content for YouTube, but I don't see gaming Let's Plays getting very far, honestly. Plus, that also gives me more time when I'm not streaming to be doing real life car stuff, which I really want to do a lot of this year. But I said on my Twitter, and this will still hold true, hopefully, until it doesn't, I'm going to be uploading one whole gaming video per day to the YouTube channel for this entire year. I'm going to attempt to, at least. Who knows how successful I will be, or not successful I will be at that, but I'm definitely going to try, and that's really the main thing with the YouTube side of things. I don't really know what else I could possibly even do as a resolution for it, so we're sticking with that. I don't really care how many games I play through. I don't really, you know, have any plans for like, oh, I'm gonna let's play this many games, or play through this game or this series or whatever. At least as of yet. I might come up with something later in the year, but for now, I am not worried about it in the slightest. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, finish up what I've already started on, and see how it goes from there. But the main thing is I wanna do this more. I have slacked, especially in the last month here on December of last year, December of 2019. I was slacking quite a bit, and I've slacked various times throughout the history of this channel. But I think I'm finally refreshed completely, yet again, for making content, streaming videos, all that. So hopefully, even if not, I'm gonna be like, hey, I want to be consistent. The theme of this year is consistency. That's what I've been saying on everything. Is the theme of the year is consistency. Consistency with uploads, consistency with how much I want to stream per week, which is like I'm saying 3 to 4 hours per week, because I know my schedule outside of all of this is very questionable at best. So who knows, you know, if I'll have to work till fucking 8 o'clock one night or something, and then work at 7 a.m. next morning, not have any time to do anything in between. It has happened before, but hopefully nothing too crazy will happen, although apparently my work is going to get pretty crazy here in the next coming months. What's that? Like a reflection. I don't know what that was. So I'm gonna be as consistent as I can be. That is the thing, is as I can be. Because I want to keep doing this. I want to keep playing games. I want to talk to people on stream, and also in YouTube comments, and also on other things, Instagram and Twitter and everything. My Discord, which I plan to be actually kind of active in at some point, because I've been very much slacking on that so far. I've posted very few things in there besides announcements. So we're going to try and just create a better kind of community kind of thing of some sort. I don't know what to call it. I've been making gaming YouTube videos since April of 2010. Literally almost 10 years. And I still don't know what I'm doing. I've made thousands of videos. I think I had 2,500 on my old gaming channel. There's at least, I think, 500 or 600 on this channel already. And I'm new to this. Well, here's the thing. I'm not new to like creating content. I'm new to the whole, like I said, the community side of it. I'm not used to having people in streams and watching my videos and commenting all the time. And I'm like, how do I do this? What do I do? How often do I do this? So it's going to be a learning experience. And I believe that this year there's going to be a lot of learning to be had with all of that. I hope, at least. Because this is the year of the hustle. I think fucking Zach from Shooting Stars, or not him, but he uploaded a video. Actually, I remember watching the original video they uploaded earlier this year, or last year, where a friend of his was like, 2019 is the year of the hustle, so 2020 can be the year of the flex. Well, for me, it's going to be 2019 or 2020 is the year of the hustle, and 2021 will be the year of the flex. Something like that. I don't know. It's just a funny thing. I'm like, hey, that could possibly apply to me. Because there's a lot going on. I just realized this car does not have inner brake lights like normal IS300s. That is kind of strange. I'm not going to lie. We have almost completed this race though, which is nice. I definitely do appreciate that. But yeah, this is definitely the year of the hustle. This is going to be the year that we go as far as we can. Hard as I can. I have so many plans of content to make for at least my real life channel. And then also streaming is going to be the second biggest thing. And then the third biggest is going to be the YouTube channel for this stuff. It's going to be interesting. Don't know how it's going to work. Don't know everything I'm going to do, of course. But we're going to give it a shot. And also, the whole streaming thing, like streaming 3 to 4 hours per week, that's also based on when I take trips and stuff. Because I do plan to do some road trips. And who knows if a road trip might be a week long or 2 weeks long or whatever. So it's going to be kind of hard to stream during that. So we'll see how it goes. I'll post something on Twitter or something saying if I'm going to miss a week of streaming or something. Try and make it a little bit better. So let's get started on our second race. The first race was kind of a blur. I was mostly focused on what I was talking about. So yeah, cars, Corvettes and Mustangs and a Corvette and a Panos. On the cruise night and see a Panos. Funny thing, there was actually a person who had a Panos Roadster that used to come around car shows around where I live a lot when I was a kid. I haven't seen that car in years though. It was kind of a cool car because it was like, well, it was a Panos Roadster, which is just pretty cool in general. And it was also the Mystic Chrome paint from the Mustang covers of like the 90s. That's what it was painted in. So it had a little bit of extra flair. I don't know if that was original, because I know I've seen those cars in like blue and I think silver was a factory option. The one I drove, which was definitely interesting, the one I drove had a wrap on it that was supposed to make it look like an old plane. Interesting, but not very original. Definitely not very original. But I actually have a video of that car on my other channel. If you want to check it out, there's a link in the description and also on the Twitch boxes below. You just have to search for Panos on that channel and you'll find my video. I was like, ooh, look at all these weird things with this weird car. Doug DeMuro would have a fucking heyday with one of those. I'm trying to think. I can't remember if he did a Panos Esperante or not. Because I know a couple of YouTubers did. I think that dude Blue did and Saab Kylo 4. I don't know if Doug did or not. But I feel like he's sorely missing out on some awesome quirks and features on those Panoses. Especially the Roadster. The Roadster is just ridiculous. Because the GT Esperante, whatever the hell it is, that's like actually like a car. It's got a roof, it's got front bumpers, fenders, all of that. The fucking Roadster is an open wheel car with a Mustang V8. It's basically a Prowler with a Mustang V8 and a 5-speed manual. And it's a lot more cramped inside. And yeah. So it's definitely a lot more interesting than a Prowler. It's also a lot harder to get into than a Prowler. I won't lie. That car was an adventure every time I tried to sit in it. And I even think that car is actually still at that dealership. I don't know if they ever sold it or not. I never cared to pay attention. I think I actually saw it the last time I was in there. Now that I think about it. But that was probably 2 or 3 months ago at this point. So who knows if they still have it in there. Also, I'm surprised that this car is doing as well as it is, being that's a 4-door sedan. It's also a 6-speed, which is interesting. I guess probably the 4.3 would have had a 6-speed automatic by this point. I'm guessing that's what it is. Who knows if that's actually true, because I don't know anything about the actual Foose IS430 project thing. I literally know the little bit that Forza shows me, and that's it. I also don't think this car survived past this game, if I remember right. I think it was only in this game, and then it was axed before, or axed for Forza 3. So, yeah. Interesting car, though. This ain't your mama's IS300. IS300 does seem kind of like a mom car, I guess. But it's meant to be kind of sporty because it's like the smaller one. It's not the LS or the ES. Because, you know, it's rear-wheel drive. It had a manual transmission option. But, I don't know. I could see some moms driving around in these. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about for 2020-wise. I don't know. All I know is that I'm going to have a lot of things to do and barely any money to do those things. So it's going to be fun. But that's what the year of the hustle is all about. Getting that dough. Possibly. It's not all about the money. Hello, Nick. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to 2020 and me playing a now almost 13-year-old game. Crazy to think that this game is that old. Welcome. Okay. Yeah, that's been a while since any kind of Test Drive Unlimited 1. Even the last time I played the Platinum mod was probably 6 months ago, at least. But I'm assuming, I think you're talking about my original, like, live stream playthrough I did of it. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right. Which was like 2 or 3 years ago at this point. Well, more than 2 years ago, because first 100 views, yeah, that was, shit, that was Horizon 3, whenever the second? Was that the second expansion or the first expansion for Horizon 3? It doesn't matter either way. Yeah, that was a crazy time because people were like, hey, because it was a Hot Wheels expansion for Forza Horizon 3. And I was like, hey, I'm going to stay up and I'm going to play the game until that releases. And then people are like, whoa, I want to see it. And then they all came to my stream. And then we realized at 9 o'clock at night that it was going to come out the next day at noon. So, rip. I feel vaguely bad for all those people who are like, whoa, I want to watch this, and then never actually got to see it. It got me 100 viewers, though, so I was like, alright, I'll take this. That was a definite W for me. See, I don't know if it was really like a meme, because like I heard people saying like, oh yeah, it's gonna come out at noon the next day or whatever, or on the day of releasing. Because they release at a specific time every time they release a DLC. So I'm sure it's just my own silliness. I was like, hey, I don't know when this is gonna release. I'm gonna play the game until it releases, and then I realized it was 13 hours later. But yeah, I do agree. A win is a win. It may have not been the most exciting time to have 100 viewers, but whatever. I still hit it. I don't even think Twitch actually shows me that. Right now, I am playing through Forza Motorsport 2. I'm currently about something percent. I don't know. I'm probably 30-40% at least through this game. Possibly more. I don't remember. But I'm recording a video series for my YouTube channel of like just a let's play of this game. Because I was like, hey, I finished Forza 1, so I'm going to play through Forza 2 now. So I've been playing through this for the past, I don't even know how many hours I have in this game right now. At least on this profile. There we go. I got best lap by 1.5 seconds. Not bad. I like the NSX in here too. It's like, hey, a Lexus and an NSX, perfect for an American car challenge. Forza 3 and 214 episodes, yeah, that's gonna be fun. It'll happen someday, who knows when. Alright, I need one more win to level up, to level 31. Yay, and I have a 30% discount on transmission and driveline upgrades by Lexus. Only if that were true in real life. I wish I could upgrade my Lexus's stuff for 30% off. But no, it costs me money. And it makes me sad. I don't even know what other... Oh, I've used the SC430. What would be the other one? I didn't use the regular IS300, did I? No, I used the IS350 at one point. But yeah, it's just kind of simple stuff, like picking interesting cars and playing through the game. Just kind of a chill game to play through. Even though I am actually on hard difficulty now. I was not on hard difficulty for a bunch of the game up till a certain point. But I was like, hey, I have a super overpowered car for whatever reason. Actually, I think that was when I had the race car, wasn't it? Because I used a Viper race car at some point. Okay. Go! Please. Please. Let me pass. Let me smash. Actually, I don't want to smash right now. I mean, basically. It's kind of like a base model Supra, but in four-door form. And even more so was the SC300, which was a coupe. It was just basically a luxury, more luxury Supra of the 90s. But this is no IS300, my friend. This is a IS430 project by Chip Foose. Where they somehow found a 340 horsepower 3UZ and shoved it in a IS300. Actually, I remember I shot a video of an IS250 a long time ago. I also shot a video of an IS300 a long time ago on my other channel. I forgot about those. They're kind of forgettable. Because they... I mean, the IS300 video was pretty good. The IS250 video was very questionable at best. Because it was one of my first real car videos I ever did. So it's questionable. But the IS300 one was pretty good, I'm not going to lie. Still by today's standards, it's pretty good. I spent a lot of time on it too. I did like all kinds of stabilization and music and all kinds of stuff. Wasn't fantastic. I could definitely do something better now, but it's a solid attempt. I never actually drove the car either, which was kind of disappointing. I need to actually make a video of one and actually drive it. Regular-ish car reviews. I mean, kinda. We're both kind of in the same boat where it's like, hey, we both really want to make videos of cars that other people don't really make videos of because they think they're too boring. But then there's me that has no comedic value at all. Regular car reviews has a comedic value, but we're both kind of straying off in the fact that I like weird, really weird old stuff, and he's done, you know, very high dollar, like expensive cars. So, I mean, sure, I did a Ferrari F355 and a 308 back in the day, but those were very special. But for this year, I want to make so many fucking car reviews. And I have 3 cars lined up to make reviews of. Balanced, yes, perfectly balanced. Because like I focus a lot on my camera work and making the video flow nice and look real nice, which regular car reviews isn't necessarily bad at, but I know it's not really his specialty. It's not really something that he focuses a lot of his time on. He does the writing and the comedy and all of that. And yeah. Shadow Edition Hellcat. Hello, Shadow, by the way. Yes, I shot a video of a Ferrari 308 back in the day. Pretty cool car. And at this point, I'll take just about anything to review for car-wise, honestly. I don't care if it's a Toyota Echo or a one-of-one 4.3 liter swapped IS300. just as a bit of a scale, and everything in between. And I wish I could do a lot of car reviews, because I love Doug DeMuro. I love watching his videos, but I don't know. He hasn't really improved his production quality much over the 3 or 4 years that I've watched him. It's very, very similar, other than the camera's better, and I think he thinks about lighting in the videos at some points, and that's about it. Porsche 944. I shot a video of a Porsche 944 a long time ago. Fun fact, by the way. There's also a video that's on my one YouTube channel. Shit. Hey, thank you for the shadow. Thank you for the host, Shadow. Thank you for the shadow, yes. Thank you very much. There's a lot of cars I see, and I'm like, I think about it, I'm like, wait, I've driven one of those in real life. I shot a video of one of those in real life. Working at the classic car dealership was ridiculous, honestly. I like the 944. It was a pretty fun car. It's not fast, and it's not particularly nimble, more than, you know, any other car that's similar of the same era. But it looks kind of cool, and it's not a bad car in any way. I'd own one, honestly. If I could find one for a good price, it's in good condition, I would probably buy one. It's an RX-7, but you don't have to replace apex seals. You just have to replace electronics. Because those cars are known for electronic things going out, sadly. I'm going to take a thumbnail photo real quick. IS430 project. Chip Foose. How do I... Nope. Nope. Haha, that's the button I was looking for. That's not the button I was looking for. How do I zoom in? There we go. God, remembering the controls for the camera on this game is hard. I'm not used to it still, even though I've played this game a lot. 32. Like, if I think back to it, I've driven Jaguar XJS V12s, a couple actually, surprisingly. Drove a brand new Nismo 370Z back in the day, and by brand new it was a 2014, I think, with like under 1,000 miles, or maybe around 1,000 miles, in 2015 or 16. But it was basically brand new, and you know, it wasn't really much different from the actual brand new 370Z Nismos. I also drove a brand new stock base model automatic 370Z, which was interesting because that was the first ever 7-speed car I ever drove. Because, you know, they were putting the 7-speed automatic in those. I drove a Mercedes CLK 500 at one point. I drove a bunch of 996 Porsches. Never any kind of special ones, though. The only kind of special one I drove was a Carrera 4S that had an automatic for whatever reason. Drove a 996 Carrera 4S, which was pretty cool, with a stick shift. A lot better car than 996. I drove a G-Wagon. The list just goes on and on. I'm sad that I couldn't film all of the cars that I drove back at the car dealership that I thought were interesting. But it's life. Life happens. Sadly. Hemi Cuda, that's pretty cool. I drove a... What was it? Was it a Hemi Challenger? Yeah, just get a job at a classic car dealership and you'll drive all kinds of interesting shit. That's the key to life right there. Having a 30% discount on exhaust upgrades by Magnaflow. I will admit that working at a classic car dealership does not pay very well, and everything is kind of questionable with it. So if you're just in it to drive cool cars, then it's great. But otherwise, questionable. Alright, final race. I'm gonna level up. But this year, I'm gonna drive so many cars for car reviews, and I'm not gonna be working at a classic car dealership. I could, because actually the if you watch, I think it was on Speed Channel, maybe? It was like Orange, no, what was it? It's something is, oh, Speed is the New Black or whatever. It's out of a dealership, or not, I mean kind of a dealership. It was kind of a dealership, kind of a custom shop here in St. Louis called Classic Car Studio. And they made a show, however they did that. I don't really know exactly what the show was about because I never really watched it. I think it was just your average car building show. But they were looking for a videographer. Like I saw it like a week or two ago. I'm like, that's really intriguing. But then I thought back to my days of being a videographer at a classic car dealership. I'm like, not quite ready to go back into that yet. Hell yeah, that sounds like cool. I'm questionable financially, and I own a old-ass car that I pulled out of a barn that sat there for 20 years. Anything is possible. I'm just glad that car's not sitting outside anymore. Because it sure was. Sometimes you just gotta send it. Which is the theme of this year. You just gotta fucking send it. God, so many things happening this year. I'm so excited. And that is true. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. That's like me trying to make this whole fucking streaming video everything thing work out. I know I can do it. I just gotta keep working at it. Which I blame my lack of consistency on why I haven't been technically successful with any of this quite yet. Because whenever you take month to 3 month to 5 month long breaks, it doesn't bode well, especially on YouTube. Damn algorithms, piece of shit. But I've seen other people just work their way up. I consider what I'm doing, it's been pretty slow and steady, which I'm alright with, as long as it's not like super slow and I don't know. But slow and steady always wins the race. And the thing about slow and steady is that nothing's really went down either. So if I could just multiply my slow and steady by, you know, 3 or 4 times, I would be pretty much set. Because, like, you know, everybody can have their 5 minutes of fame, but can you keep that fame? Shit. Yeah, that's a big problem too, is the algorithm is like, hey, we get paid more if you make longer videos, so therefore we're going to suggest longer videos to people. Yeah, I know that. Luckily, that's what I've been doing though. Even my IRL car stuff, like the last car review I did on a Mustang convertible, V6 Mustang convertible, it was 22 minutes long. So I would say that's probably pretty good for the algorithm. And here I am making Let's Play videos on racing games, which are known to have long races and whatnot. You know, this video is already up to like 40 minutes in recording time, I think. And I'll be up to an hour easily sometime soon. So you just, I don't know. You got to pay attention to that kind of stuff and keep it in mind, but don't like, you don't have to specifically like try and trick the algorithm, because there is no tricking the algorithm. The algorithm decides what it wants to decide. It doesn't base it off hardly any actual like solid evidence. It's just it's kind of picky and choosy. And the thing that sucks is like you can make a fantastic video that's like 7 minutes long or whatever. Doesn't even matter. Make a fantastic video. It only matters if YouTube picks it up. Or if people start sharing it. But that's harder to do, especially nowadays, than it was before, because the market's so saturated that the whole sharing thing is, unless something's like stupid popular, like honestly, like the topical thing here, the Pimp My Ride minivan that Tavares rebuilt on YouTube, or rebuilt, kind of restored. I think that's a lot of like sharing and like websites sharing it and everything, because you know it got 7 million views in like less than a week, I think it is. Or the one video did at least. So I think there's a lot of sharing to contribute to that, because you know people are like, hey, Pimp My Ride was a show that I remember being 28 years old or whatever. I'm not 28 years old, but I remember at 23 years old, and you know they'll share it on Facebook, or a website will pick it up, be like, hey, look, there's this minivan from this thing from 2004. But really, under that, like, you know, if something gets 100,000 views or a couple 100,000 views, that's really specifically at that point just from YouTube, just from the algorithm. You know, putting it as a recommended video on something else, or putting it on the top of the search results or whatever. Which is honestly what I blame for having a Dodge Nitro video with 300,000 views now. Somehow. Why does a Dodge Nitro have 300,000 views on my channel? These are unsolved mysteries. And I need some BuzzFeed Unsolved to come in here to like be like, hey, why does this video have so many views? So it's weird. But that's like your whole 15 minutes of fame thing too. With that, is, you know, something can be picked up and then just be shared like crazy, an algorithm like crazy. But that same person, if they make something different, that's just gonna tank. No matter how popular they became. I've seen it happen. I've seen people get, you know, fucking viral video or 2 viral videos and get 100,000, 200,000 subscribers, and then they don't make anything like that again, and then their channel just it doesn't really plateau. I guess it kind of does, because plateaus do go down after a certain point too. But it doesn't. Yeah. It was literally the 15 minutes of fame. But if you establish yourself over years and years of doing something, and you do a variety, but you got to kind of think about how you can do something as a variety, but also keep it similarly themed. Like automotive content is perfect, because as long as something has a car in it, there's most likely people out there that are going to watch it no matter what kind of car it is or whatever you're doing with the car. Automotive content is really good for that because of that. Gaming content is interesting because you kind of have to stick to like a certain kind of game, and even then, like if somebody gets popular from Need for Speed and then they play Forza, then their shit might tank. You don't really know what's gonna happen. But anyways, this has been an episode of Forza Motorsport 2, and I'm level 31, and we have the champion racing relationship. Yada yada yada. Reputation level 4, now with 20% discount on centrifugal supercharger upgrades by Lexus. Lexus and Celine? That is a strange combination of manufacturers. Nice. And we got 28,000 credits for getting in first. We got a Cadillac race car. Hell yeah. Don't think this car made it back like any other Forza games, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, Nick, thanks for coming out. Nice to see you again. Hope you have a good night, and hopefully see you in the future at some point, and hopefully I'll be able to stream earlier, because I know time zones are a pain. And there we go. So that is that done. Look at my percentage real quick. Almost 50% through the game. Not too shabby. So that will conclude this episode, and I will see you all in the next one.